In preparation for FestPac, PNC will be featuring the 27 island nations that will be participating in FestPac. Tonight, Pacific Nations and Territories author Riley Rigel tells us about the CNMI.
Half a day. I'm Riley Rigel, author of Pacific Nations and Territories. The Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands is an island chain which stretches from just north of Guam up towards Japan. The three main islands include Rota, known for its agriculture and for its yearly fiesta; Tinian, the island from which American B-29s took off to drop nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki; also the island with the largest lattice stones at 14 feet tall; and Saipan, the most developed of the CNMI. Further north are 11 smaller islands, some of them featuring active volcanoes, the only active volcanoes in Micronesia. Habitation on these islands is limited. These islands are Farallon de Mindanilla, which is used as a U.S. military bombing target, Anatahan, Sarigan, Guguan, Alamagan, Pagan, Agrihan, which has the highest mountain in Micronesia at 3,000 feet, Asuncion, Mag, which is Guam spelled backwards, and Farallon de Parajos. The Northern Marianas' history parallels that of Guam at several points. The islands were settled by Chamorros thousands of years ago. The Spanish came at first just to trade for fresh food while on the way to the Philippines. Later, they came to conquer and colonize. In fact, almost all Chamorros were removed from the entire group and, except for those on Rota, forced to resettle on Guam. Later, the Spanish allowed some Carolinians to settle on empty Saipan, followed by Chamorros. Then, in 1898, the Americans came, taking Guam but ignoring the rest of the Marianas, which the Spanish quickly sold to Germany. The German years were brief, for in 1914 World War I started, and the Germans lost all their Pacific holdings. Japan took Saipan and the rest of the Northern Marianas. During World War II, the battle between Americans and Japanese on Saipan was fierce. Many Japanese civilians were living on Saipan, and many of them committed suicide by jumping off Saipan's cliffs. After the war, the Northern Marianas became a district of the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands, an entity set up through the United Nations Security Council. The goal of all UN Trust Territories was to prepare the islands for self-rule. This happened very slowly. While most of the Trust Territory wanted free association, the Northern Marianas wanted a closer tie to the United States and chose Commonwealth. Taking advantage of US trade laws, the CNMI economy boasted several garment factories, staffed mostly by imported Asian labor. But the laws were changed and the factories closed down. Tourism today is the mainstay of the economy, but it too has had some difficulty. The population of the CNMI is 53,883 as per the 2010 US Census.